Namo Namaha friends, I'm RRK. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things bookish. As some of you guys must have noticed, I was MIA from my channel for about 2 months now. That's because we had a COVID episode in our family, and understandably it was a dark and despairing time for all of us. By God's grace, everything is fine, nothing to worry. But I simply had no headspace to read books and talk about books, face the camera and record myself. So I couldn't come up with any videos for these 2 months. During these 2 months, it was not just my family. The entire community, my entire country was struggling and going through a tremendously stressful period. From social media to news to real life, we were inundated with news of death and suffering and despair, also stuck in a lockdown and cut off from the usual coping mechanisms. I was left with very few options to stay positive and strong, and I did want to stay positive and strong, not only for my sake but also for the sake of my family. I was desperate for some sort of respite from this constant negativity that we had surrounded ourselves with. Strangely enough, books were not doing it for me, music was not doing it for me, none of the usual coping mechanisms that I was used to were helping me. So I turned to K-drama. K-dramas are Korean dramas. I know it might sound silly, but the fact is that where books, music, all these failed, K-drama helped me. K-dramas were the perfect distraction that I was looking for, because you don't get too addicted to it. I can get away from it whenever I want to, and it still gave me enough distraction. It was light-hearted. I didn't have to focus too much on the K-dramas, so it worked perfectly for me during that time. I wanted to get back to talking about books. But before that, I just wanted to make a fun video where I will rank my favorite K-dramas according to my liking. Though the beginning of this video has been bleak, I promise the rest of the video will be about fun, entertainment and positivity. I have been watching K-drama for quite some years now. I usually don't like sitting in one position and binge watching. I mean, I cannot commit myself to hour-long watching of anything. K-dramas are usually anywhere from 25 minutes to 1 hour long episodes, and it's very difficult for me to sit through that entire episode. On top of it, finish all those episodes. They usually have 10 to 16 episodes per season, and I simply cannot commit myself to that. But there are a few K-dramas that I have not only sat through, not only enjoyed, but I have even managed to rewatch. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I am not a person who likes to rewatch anything, be it movies, be it series, be it K-dramas, even music for that matter. I always need new music to keep myself entertained. I also don't reread books. Very rarely do I reread books. So it surprises me that there are K-dramas that I would watch multiple times. So I have my laptop here. I'm going to tier rank my favorite K-dramas. Let's start with that then. As I said before, I don't really watch all the K-dramas till the end. Sometimes I will check out 1 or 2 episodes, or I just want to know the ending. Then I simply go and read the recap of those episodes, and I get the same satisfaction as I get when I watch a K-drama. So that way I have started, since I have read the recaps of some, and I have set aside many K-dramas. So these are the K-dramas that I have managed to finish and that I adore. Okay, so there are about 20 to 25 K-dramas, so let's see how it goes. I have 5 categories. First is rewatch or binge watch. As I said, I generally don't rewatch or binge watch. So if some K-drama has managed to entice me to rewatch it or binge watch it, then it absolutely is a wonderful K-drama that everybody must watch. Then the second category is excellent or one-time watch. This I probably will never rewatch again, or maybe not even binge watch, but I will definitely recommend it to everybody. Then the third category is time pass or meh, the usual tropey K-drama. It is full paisa vasool entertainment. You will definitely enjoy watching this particular K-drama. So I included that as the category. Then the fourth category is tolerable or forgettable. The K-dramas that I might not even remember that I have watched will probably go into this category. The last one is what possessed me to watch this, because why did I even watch it? So those kind of K-dramas will be in this category. I'm not sure how many dramas will be in this category because I always set aside any K-drama that doesn't suit my taste. So let's begin then, yeah? So the first K-drama is Are You Human Too? This was one of the first K-dramas that I enjoyed tremendously, and I was very surprised, honestly. I put in so much effort for a drama. Really? It was superlative in terms of style, in terms of casting, in terms of acting, in terms of action. I loved the concept. So let me explain a little about what Are You Human Too is. So it is about artificial intelligence, a robo, a scientist. She creates a robo after her son. What makes anybody human? That is the concept this K-drama is trying to explore. I would put it under excellent one-time watch. Then the next is Because This Is My First Life. This is an amazing slice of life, rom-com kind of a K-drama. It's super fun to watch. There are 3 couples in it. The lead couple, they have this grumpy sunshine trope where the girl is a bit of a sunshine and the guy is a total grump. The main lead, they are amazing. I personally liked the second female lead. I really enjoyed her acting, her characterization. It was amazing. So, Because This Is My First Life, it's an excellent one-time watch. Then, Beyond Evil. Okay, so Beyond Evil is a crime thriller. 2 police officers are trying to investigate the crimes that happened in a small town. They think it is a serial killing, and we follow a timeline from 20 years back. Concept-wise, this drama sounds very simple, but it is one of the best K-dramas ever. I have watched it once and I loved it. I want to watch it again, but I don't want to watch it alone. I want to watch it with company. I want to talk to people about this drama because it is so amazing. So Beyond Evil, absolutely recommend, must watch. It is rewatch or binge watch because I'm not sure if you will ever find such a perfect cast, such perfect acting, such a perfect airtight foolproof script, amazing music. It doesn't have romance. So that's the only thing that's missing from the series. This crime thriller is so realistic that everybody should give it a try. Next is Circle. So this also was one of the first series that I had watched. It was a story about first contact with alien. I honestly don't remember. I just remember that this was a series that I enjoyed a lot and I was recommending it to everybody during that time. So I will put it as excellent one-time watch. Descendants of Sun. Okay, so anybody who knows anything about K-drama must have heard about this series, must have probably seen 1 or 2 episodes of this also. This was the second K-drama that I ever watched. I was wowed by the story, by the acting, by the music, by the style quotient, everything. At that time, I didn't know that every K-drama is very stylish. Every K-drama is very visually pleasing. Now that I am a K-drama veteran, it's not that high in my K-drama's favorite list. I realized that every other K-drama is as stylish as this. So I will put it under Time Pass or May because it was one of the first few K-dramas that I had watched. At that time, it had appealed to me a lot. But now as time has passed, I realized that it was not that great of a series. Yes, it was visually very appealing. But other than that, it was okay. Then Flower of Evil. I think there is a trend here. I kind of like any K-drama that begins or ends with evil, I believe. So, Flower of Evil. Okay. I didn't know about this K-drama at all, okay? I heard it from a booktuber that I enjoy watching. Also, my sister, she had told me that this is a very good series. And oh my God, what an amazing series. Such a fast-paced thriller. And anybody who says that they are watching Flower of Evil only for the plot, I'm sure they are lying, because Joong-gi, this is the only actor whose name I remember. Okay, I have trouble with Korean names. I can't remember them. But Joong-gi is the only name I remember. That must tell you how much I adore his acting. He is good in everything he does. He has amazing acting skills. He looks amazing. His scripts are so good. I mean, he literally carries all his dramas over his shoulders. If anybody has watched his Scarlet Rio series, you know what I'm talking about. That was a disaster. And I could bear watching it only because of Joong-gi. So if not for Joong-gi, I would never have completed Scarlet Rio. I don't think I completed. I think I read the recap of the last episode and called it a day. Okay, so Flower of Evil is also a thriller. There's also crime in it. It's a cat and mouse kind of a story. So wife is a police officer and Joong-gi is a suspect of something, and how he manages to evade it, should he evade it or not, is the crux of the story. So I totally recommend it, and it is definitely in the rewatch or binge watch. I did rewatch it again during these 2 months, and I absolutely enjoyed it. I loved it as much or even more than the first time around. Next is Go Back Couple. Go Back Couple is again a slice of life, rom-com kind of a story. The couple, they go back to their college days. It's almost like second chance romance kind of a story. It was nice. Yeah, it's tolerable or not tolerable. It was time pass. Yeah, time pass or meh. Then Goblin, obviously everybody who has any idea about K-drama would definitely have watched Goblin. I also watched it. I even rewatched it recently. It was amazing. It's about an 800-year-old goblin who has a prophecy saying that he will get his bride, and some young girl, she becomes his bride, and the story thereafter. So there's not much to talk about the story, but the series itself is adorable. It's amazing to watch. The acting, the funny moments, everything was fun. So it's a super fun series to watch. Then Hotel Del Luna. Again, Hotel Del Luna, the same guy who acted in Circle as well as Beyond Evil has acted in Hotel Del Luna. I watched it because of IU and this guy. It was nice. It was a fantasy kind of a story. There is a hotel. All the people who are dead come to take rest. It sort of reminded me of Spirited Away movie. Yeah, it was the similar setup. I would say it is excellent one-time watch. Then It's Okay to Not Be Okay. Again, this was one of my favorite K-dramas from last year. The girl is emotionally stunted. She is not very emotionally aware. The hero is a nurse, and the chemistry between them, and also the guy has an adorable brother who is autistic. So it is the relationship between those three, the story of their lives. Oh, it was amazing. Some people say that the mental health issues were not handled sensitively. Maybe, I do not know, but I found this drama to be really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm not sure where to put it. I would say I would even want to rewatch it, but I have not rewatched it, so I don't know. I would put it under excellent one-time watch for now. Then comes K2. I honestly do not remember a single thing about this drama. I don't even know when I watched it. I think I liked the hero in some other drama and I wanted to watch more of his work. And maybe that's why I watched K2, and it was interesting enough that I watched the entire series. But I honestly don't remember anything about this drama, so I'm putting it under tolerable or forgettable. Then Kingdom. Oh, Kingdom. Okay, I loved this. I mean, I usually don't like zombie apocalypse. Okay. I don't usually like zombie movies or series. They just bore me. But this Kingdom was really, really good. It's very unique and nice. So I would put it under excellent or one-time watch. Then Lawless Lawyer. Again, I watched it only because of Joonggi, and also the heroine is the one who had acted in It's Okay to Not Be Okay. So I like both of them. So I watched the series. It was okay. It was time pass or me. Then, okay. Okay, this series, My Mister. Oh my God, what an amazing series. I have rewatched it twice and I can't. In fact, I don't know how to explain this particular story. It is a slice of life kind of a movie about a middle-aged man, the problems he faces, and how with his kindness he manages to change everybody around him. Actually, he thinks he is very inconsequential, he is very insignificant. But over the course of time, you notice that one person who wants to do good for others, who wants to live his life as peacefully, as contentedly as possible, can change the world. I actually want to watch it right away. It is amazing. My Mister, absolutely rewatch or binge watch. Then Search. Okay, this one was a surprise view. Okay, in these 2 months, this is one drama that I found, and I'm like, why don't people talk more about this drama? It is such an underrated drama. Not many people talk about it. It is about some problem between North Korean and South Korean army, and there is a no man's land and something dangerous is happening within that no man's land, and a few people from the South Korean army, they are sent to investigate what is happening in that particular area. So I will not tell you what it is because I think it is a little bit spoilery, so let me not say that. But this drama was really good. It was action-packed. I really enjoyed watching this drama. So I would put it under time pass or may, but I still feel this should get more love from people. Then Signal, another one of my top favorite series ever. The only reason why I will not put it under rewatch or binge watch is because the middle episodes, they were a bit too disturbing for me, and I don't think I will ever be able to rewatch this particular drama in its entirety. I will not be able to do that. A few episodes, yes, but not the entire drama. So I will put it under excellent one-time watch. Then Something in the Rain. So this, I liked the hero. He was the second lead in, I think, While You Were Sleeping. This main lead was the second lead in that particular drama, and I liked his work there. So I wanted to watch something more from him. So I went into the Something in the Rain, and honestly, it was so boring. And yes, the first few episodes were quite romantic. It was nice. But I don't know. I couldn't watch it. So this is literally under the what possessed me to watch this category. Next is Master's Son. I like the hero because I have watched him in Tunnel and I enjoyed his work, and surprisingly I was very, very impressed with the actress's acting also. So I really enjoyed it, but unfortunately it's a little bit forgettable. So I will put this under tolerable or forgettable. Then 30 but 17. Again, this was a slice of life, rom-com kind of a K-drama. It was good. It was nice. Nothing too great, but it was okay. So I would put it under maybe tolerable or forgettable because I don't remember much about this series, honestly. Then Tunnel. It is a dual timeline story where a guy in the 80s, he passes through a tunnel while trying to capture a murderer, and he crosses over time and he comes to the current time, and what happens is the crux of the story. It was very nice. So I will put it under excellent or one-time watch. It was really nice actually. I watched it twice. Then Designated Survivor 60 Days. This apparently is a remake of American series of the same name. I have not watched the original, but I really liked Designated Survivor 60 Days. It was wonderful. Yeah, it should be under Time Pass because I don't remember much about it, but it was a very decent drama. So next is Dr. Romantic. It is a story about doctors and nurses in hospitals. That's all. So I think I wanted something that was similar to Grey's Anatomy, and I thought this would scratch that itch. So that's why I watched it. It was okay, but it is tolerable or forgettable because honestly, if you ask me anything, I wouldn't be able to tell you. So that goes under tolerable or forgettable. Okay, so next is Healer. I think this was a vigilante kind of a story, but I remember that I enjoyed the first few episodes, but the last few episodes I struggled to finish. But because I liked the hero and I wanted to see how the story ends for the second lead, I wanted to continue and finish the series. So I would put this under tolerable or forgettable because I honestly don't remember it at all. Tale of Nokdu. I really enjoyed the acting of the hero. He was adorable. Initially, he acts as a girl. It is a complicated story and I'm not very sure. I have not completed this yet because I just can't find myself going back to it again. I'm like, okay, let's just stop it. I don't want to watch it. I'm not interested in completing this series. I started watching it because I liked the hero. I liked his acting in Search and I wanted to watch Tale of Nokdu, and the initial few episodes I had a fun time because it is extremely funny. But then after a few episodes, especially once the hero and heroine are romantically involved, I lost all my interest in that. So I would put it under what possessed me to watch this. The last one is While You Were Sleeping. It was nice. I think I enjoyed it a lot when I watched it, but I don't remember anything about the story and I don't want to rewatch it. So I would put it under, yeah, I'll put it under Time Pass. Okay, so this is my list of K-dramas, and if I had to arrange it, rank it properly, then obviously here Beyond Evil is first, Flower of Evil is second, My Mister would be third, and well, let me change it, and Goblin will be the fourth. In this excellent one-time watch, okay, I will put Kingdom first. It's okay to not be okay in the second position. I'll put Signal, okay, not Signal. I would put Hotel Del Luna in the third position. Are You Human 2 in the fourth position? Tunnel in the fifth position. Signal. No, Signal, let me see this. Yeah, see, I loved Circle, but I have rewatched Tunnel. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. This ranking is fine. Then comes Time Pass. In Time Pass, Search should be the first because it was really good. Go Back Couple. Yeah, okay, so this should be fine. So first is Search. Then comes Descendants of Sun, then Lawless Lawyer, then the Designated Survivor, then While You Were Sleeping, and finally Go Back Couple. Intolerable or Forgettable, anyway, I don't think the ranking is necessary for these two. It's anyway tolerable or forgettable, or it is just not good enough. So that's the K-drama rating. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you guys will be motivated to watch a few of these, and if you have watched any of it, which were your favorites, and if you have any thoughts on this ranking, then please do let me know in the comment section. So from next week, I will be posting my usual bookish content. So I post content on reading challenges, book tags, reviews, recommendations every week. If bookish content like mine is your jam, then please do consider liking my videos, subscribing to my channel, and yes, don't forget to press the bell icon for notifications. Looking forward to sharing more of my bookish thoughts with you. Let's keep the bookish conversation going. Until next time, stay safe and healthy. Om Shanti.